This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so last to last class we have seen like what is the new syntaxes they are introduced in new OpenSQL, like the extension to the existing OpenSQL. We have seen how it was working. Then we tried to understand the expression, how with the help of new operator we are doing the coding, the expression based coding. This is known as the expression based coding. Why expression based coding? Because at last it is going to give you the result at left, right? So this is typically known as the expression based coding. And to achieve the expression based coding, we are having so many new operator, right? This is the value operator, right? And this is known as the operand. Okay, these all things is known as the operand. This is operator, and this is known as the operand. Okay, for example, like if you are having, we are going to operate the two number 2 plus 3, right? So 2 is operand and 3 is operand, right? And this plus is a operator. Similarly, here this value is operator, and here we are having the operand. Okay, and this also can be have like a operand. Okay, this also can be have like a operand, but typically this is operand position. So when we were talking about the for operator, we got stuck somewhere. Let me open to the place and we will see about the for operator. What actually we were doing the mistake at that point of time. Okay, so I'm just trying to log in. Just to give me a second, I'm getting on call. Someone is not able to join. Sorry guys. Yeah. So let's go to the system. Some people was actually not able to join. So now I have shared the link with them. Okay, so I will go to AC38, and here I have created the ZMB28 demo in our last class, and we were trying to create the for inside the for. Okay, just I'm looking for that particular program where I have written that. So where is that one actually? Okay, sorry, I'm looking for the wrong one. ZMB03. This is, I think, yes. And here we have created, right, in our last class. Okay, so I will go into the change mode, and what I have created in our last class, if you remember, that the it underscore mara, we have created this internal table with the help of this value operator, right? We have also seen like why we have given the hash, right? This hash is nothing but it's going to determine if hash is there, then the meaning of this means at this particular position, that means at the hash position, dynamically it will determine the type of the operand. So this is your operand, right? And what is the type of this operand, that is going to be determined dynamically. So one way is that statically we can define like this. We can directly give the table type over here, right? So because this is an internal table, right? Because this is an internal table, just we are going to tell what kind of internal table is this. We are giving the table type over here, right? And here we are giving the data, this data object, this internal table name, right? So if you want to define at runtime, you know, if you want to define on the fly, like this is a part of inline declaration. So now you know this it underscore mara will be declared type table of tt underscore final. So this statement is having the same impact as this statement. So here what you can do, uh, that just remove this one as of now with default key. So it underscore mara type standard table of ts underscore mara with empty key. Here we cannot give with empty key. So the table should be fully specified. Fully specified means you must have to define either default key or empty key or whatever key. Then it is known as the fully declared or fully specified. Okay, so it underscore mara must be fully specified, right? So here because we have given it underscore mara and data itself, so no need of giving this one. This we have understood in our last class. And the tt underscore final, what we have given over here, this tt underscore final already we have defined over here. So you know this it underscore mara will be automatically declared, like this is known as inline declaration. It will be automatically declared. System will understand it underscore mara is type table of tt underscore final. So we can comment this statement. It will not give any syntax error. You can see it is not giving any syntax error. Another way we have seen, if you are going to remove this data over here, right? If you don't want to give this data over here, then here actually here you know you must have to give the type for this particular operand, right? So how this type will be determined? Type you can determine dynamically. Implicitly you can define the type, and from where that at this place type will be determined. Okay, so what type? This type, right? uh, for this it underscore mara, what is the type we have to give for this it underscore mara. We can give this any type, like here matner, mtart and vox I have given, right? So if you want to give this type tt underscore final, then you have to define this it underscore mara type table of, you know, uh, it underscore mara type tt underscore final. So this internal table will be having the type tt underscore final, right? And dynamically system will see this it underscore mara is type table of this t underscore final, so it will derive the type from this it underscore mara. So that we have seen, right? So in this case, if you check, it will give you the syntax error. It will tell it underscore mara is unknown, so you will have to define this it underscore mara. So you can enable this data object, this syntax, and it underscore mara is now your defined, and here the type will be determined from this it underscore mara. So what is the type for this it underscore mara? Whatever it is, that is going to be determined. So ts underscore mara is the type, and whatever the, you know, so here you know, here the internal table will be is going to determine from this it underscore mara. This is how it's a work. You can see that it is not giving any error. Okay, let's go ahead, and we were trying to understand how the for operator work over here, right? So maybe once again we can see in for operator what we were trying to do, that wherever the common entry is there, for example, we are having the material number, material number, material number, and here we are having again the material number, right? Different material number we are having over here, right? Here we are having the material type, here we are having the plant, right? It underscore Marcy. So you can see it underscore Marcy material and plant we have declared, and for this it underscore Marcy material and plant data we are having. Similarly for it underscore Mara we are having tc underscore Mara, and for ts underscore Mara we are having material number and m dot. So we have defined over here the material number and material type. Now we want to prepare a table where we are having the material number, material type, and plant. Okay, so with the help of for operator, what we can do, we can achieve this one, right? Earlier we used to put the loop, right? Earlier we used to put the loop on one of the table, and then inside the loop we used to prepare material number, material type, and plant, right? So similarly here, what we are going to do for w underscore marcy in it underscore marcy, right? And then the nested, last time what I was doing there, I was giving this you know, this particular open bracket, a small bracket, that's why it was giving me the error. Okay, so I was doing like this in our last class, and that's why it was not supporting. So we don't have to give the bracket. Okay, so we can simply start like this for w underscore marcy in it underscore marcy. Now the loop inside loop, another loop, another loop. Okay, so for each w underscore marcy, now w underscore mara in it underscore mara is going to work, and wherever the material number is equal to the plant material number. So this is my it underscore marcy, right? So wherever the plant material number is going to be same, you know, at that point of time, what I am trying to do, that get the material number from the mara material number, right? So here we are having the mara material number. Okay, so here at the top means the upper loop I have kept. So it is something like, you know, it is something like a loop at it underscore marcy in into wa underscore marcy, and end loop, and then again loop at it underscore mara into wa underscore mara, and end loop, right? End loop, and whatever here the data is there corresponding to that, I'm getting the material type from here, right? So to get that one, you know, to get that one, I have to do the read, right? uh, Here, uh, first thing what I will do, that for each loop for it underscore marcy, right? For it underscore marcy, I'm trying to get this for one material if there are multiple empty its there. Let me create some data where the material where if you have one material number is having some different material type. So here in case you can see here the material type here, the data is in such a way that you know for here the unique material number we are having, right? But suppose if your data is something like this, if your data is something like this, control V, and your material number 001 is two times over here, and this material type, let us suppose we are having something like 9, means this is no ideal, this is not an ideal situation, right? So generally one material type falls under a single material type, okay? But suppose your data is something like that, this field is something, some different field, okay? So just assume over here that material number is having one material number is having two different material type. In that case, right? In that case, loop at it underscore mara into w underscore mara, and here what we are going to do, that we are going to prepare our final internal table. So what is my final internal table? This is the final internal table. So w underscore final, right? Here I'm going to give wa underscore final hyphen matnr equals to wa underscore mara, right? And no, w underscore mara hyphen matnr, then wa underscore final hyphen mtart, okay? And here wa underscore mara hyphen mtart, and then wa underscore final hyphen works we are having equals to wa underscore mara hyphen works, okay? So this is how we are going to prepare the data, and then we are going to append this w underscore final to it underscore final, right? So like that we are going to prepare our data over here, okay? Like that we are going to prepare my data over here. Now what I'm trying to do over here, the same thing I'm trying to achieve over here. And here suppose if you have some another table, let us suppose if you are having some another table where you want to populate some another field, okay? So based upon that, some another table, let's suppose we are having some another table it underscore some other, it can be any kind of table we can have, and some data is over here, value and hash we are having. And let me show you some, I will copy this, I will paste it over here, and then you can see that for this material number one plant, and here let's suppose we are having something any like a storage location, let me get it like LGORT. So for each material and plant we will be having some unique storage location of some multiple storage location. So I don't want to get that kind of data. I want to get for each material number we have some unique field. Let's take some dummy field over here, and some uh, taste one we can take, and some another dummy field we are having, like this, and we are having its value, let's suppose test2, okay? So and this material number we are having the 2 over here. So now for each material you can see the different field we are having, and if you want to populate this dummy field as well, right? So wa underscore now final hyphen dummy equals to, so here you have to get this dummy value. So now what we'll have to do, we'll have to put the read table, right? And read table onto this it underscore other with the key value material number, and whatever we are going to get the value, that value we are going to get, over here. So the read also we can introduce over here and we can get the value. In the same way I'm trying to do over here. Okay, in the same way I'm trying to do it over here. So let me remove it. I'm going to remove this. So now what I'm trying to do, that for each plant record, this is my plant record, this is one record, this is second record, okay, this is second, this is third, fourth. So for each plant record in it underscore marcy table, okay, traverse through each material record. This is my first material record, second material record, it underscore mara record I'm talking about. Traverse through all the material record, and wherever the material number is equal to the w underscore marcy hyphen material number, get the material number from w underscore mara, means get this material number wherever the like wherever this one is going to be true over here, get those value from this particular it underscore mara. So here we are having, the for two material number is there, right? So for each material number, traverse where the Marcy material number should be equal to the Mara material number, and then get the value. So W underscore Mara hyphen Matner and W underscore Mara hyphen mtart, this field I am populating. This field is the nothing but the part of this it underscore final. Okay, and here we are having the plant, and this plant value directly we can get from the W underscore Marcy plant, right? This W underscore Marcy plant directly we can get. Comment this one and control V and give the works over here, right? So like that, we are just going to do, put the full stop, check the syntax now. There is no problem, right? Pretty printer. So, and the data is going to prepared in this it underscore final. Activate this one, activate this one, and we will see how the data is here. If you have any doubt, please feel free to discuss. Press F8, and in this it underscore final, you can see currently there is no record, but as soon as you will press F6, you can see here we are having the 10 records, right? So come over here and you can see the 1 1 1 1 1. So all the data from the material number, right? This is how it has been prepared, right? So 1 1 1 1 1, all the material 1, material 9, material 1, material 9, material 1, material 9, and we are having the plant like this, right? So all it got joined, because in Marcy we are having only two, and here you can see that some duplicate record we are having, right? So we can use the delete adjacent duplicates, that we can use over here, because we have put the data in such a way that it will be having the duplicate record. Okay, it will be having the duplicate record. So that how our data is going to get populate. Okay, now what we want to do, that uh, so this is one way, like if you want to get the entry, that you can do. Another what you can do, that suppose if you want to read the uh, uh, only, like just copy this one, and if you want to read any one of the plant, okay, if you want to read any one of the plant, okay, this is the second scenario. Your requirement is something like that. You have to prepare a data where you need only one plant. So come over here and we'll give the second scenario where you require only one plant for each material. Okay, so in that case what we can do, in that case, what we can do, this for w underscore marcy in it underscore marcy, remove this one. Okay, here for w underscore mara in it underscore mara, what we can do that, uh, this where condition we can remove now. Okay, so for each record in it underscore mara, I'm just looping. This is the loop for w underscore mara in it underscore mara. For each record, what I'm trying to do that, uh, just a second, again I'm getting one more student is not able to join. Just let me give him the meeting ID. Okay, so now what we can do that, yeah, check the syntax. Okay, here we are getting some problem. Okay, so w underscore mara, and you can see this w underscore mara I have not declared anywhere. If you double click over here, you will see that it is, w underscore mara. If you see, I have not declared anywhere. This is w underscore mara one, I have not declared. So automatically system, you know defines this w underscore mara locally. Whatever, if you want, whatever value you want, you can keep it over here, not a problem. And this will be have like a work area. So inline declaration, this for this wa will be there. Inline declaration will be there for this wa work area. Okay, and it will be type, its type will be compatible with this it underscore mara. Okay, its type will be compatible with this it underscore mara. So it will be declared something like this: data wa. Okay, like line of, this it underscore mara. So this is going to become your work area, and its scope is within this, within this scope is within this internal table only, not more than this. Outside this work area you will not be able to use. So suppose if you are going to write this wa hyphen something like, control space, you can see it's not able to get anything, right? Even if you try to write it, wa hyphen matner or something like this, you know so it will tell that w is unknown. It is unknown because its scope is inside here only, right? So it's telling w underscore mara. Actually this w, it is talking about this w underscore mara, because, but here wa you can use, here you can use wa. Now you will check, it will tell this wa does not have a component of walks. Okay, so fine. So I'm telling about this scope. The scope of this one will be not outside of this bracket. Okay, this bracket. Now come over here, and this plant I want to read. So plant, what you can do, you can read it, like this. So it underscore marcy want to read the plant value, and to read the plant matnr you can write over here, and whatever for what material number you want to read it over here, so give that material number over here. So wa hyphen matnr. Okay, and whatever the value you want, you will get that plant you will assign over here for this particular plant. So this is like a read statement. You are reading this it underscore marcy with key matner, where this matner should be equal to this wa hyphen matner, and get whatever the data you are getting into the work area. From there you get the works and put that works over here. So you check the syntax, there is no problem, right? And now you can see that it is giving wa matner cannot be used over here, right? It is telling you cannot use over here. W is not accessible. Remove this work, right? Is not required now. Yeah. So now you can activate, and you can see you will get uh, and here there is a possibility to get the dump also. So let me show you. Press F6 and you can see it is going into the dump. Okay, it is going into the dump. Why it's going to the dump? The reason behind, go to AC38, go into change mode, and here the dump is going because here you can see the wa hyphen matner. How many matner we are having? How many matner we are having? You can see the material number which we have currently in it underscore mara. We have these many material number, right? It underscore mara. We are having these many material number, 1 2 3, from 1 to 10 we are having, right? Something like that. From 1 to 10 we are having, right? So but here we are having 1 2 3 only in this plant, the material number 1 2 3. So when it underscore marcy is going to be searched with that particular material number, something which is like 4 or 5, uh, which is not here in it underscore marcy, so it's not able to find, and that time it gives the exception. That times it gives you the exception. So to handle the exception, you have what you can do directly, if some value is not found over there, you can use the value hash. Okay, put in a bracket. Here also you can use the bracket, and here if some value is not going to exist, right, then what you can do, give the default value, and here you can write the no plant. Okay, no plant, that's it. So this is like possible from 7.40 sp08 onwards. Earlier it was not possible. So that there are another way people used to do, like first they used to check if this value is present in that it underscore marcy is in it underscore marcy or not. If it is not present, then don't do the search, otherwise it will give you the dump. Earlier, like line exist, they used to use. Okay, but here now it is possible. If you want to default, give the default value, or if you want to put the blank value, you can give directly above false. Okay, or no material, whatever. If you want to put the blank, above false. If you want to give this no plant, this is also good to populate no plant. But this works is having the 4 characters, right? This works is having the 4 characters. So I don't know, it will take only no pl only, right? Check the syntax. Now activate it, activate. This time it should not give the dump. Okay, put the breakpoint, press F8, press F6, F6, and you can see it has not given the dump this time. And in it underscore final, you are having this no p is coming because it's a 4 character only. So the 4 5 6 material number, no plant is there, that's why no plant is coming, right? So that is how you can use this particular syntax. And if you don't want to populate at all this plant, give the blank value, right? Or give the above false. Above false is nothing but the system variable to use to show the false value, right? So press F8 and press F6, and you can see the it underscore final is now Wherever the plant is not there, the blank value is coming. Okay. So this new syntax is nowadays going to be important. You know, we should know about this new syntax, old syntax, all kind of syntax. The benefit of this new syntax you will see tomorrow when we are going to use all these syntaxes, means all this expression based value the directly this value we can use in, you know, in select query. Okay, directly this value we can use in select query. Directly this expression you can use in select query. See, you don't have to create another temporary variable like that. That's why the expression based coding is evolving, right?
One
So
question, Pankaj.
yeah, sorry.
One,
Yeah, please tell me what is the
but,
question. Yes.
but this syntax belongs 7.50 or 7.40?
Which one?
The one which the belongs to line 82.
982 means I didn't get this default one you
No,
are
no,
talking about.
line 82, line. The
7.40. This is the
7.
7.40. Yes, this is 7.40. Yes.
Okay, one basic question.
Hmm.
What exactly meaning the syntax 7.40 or 7.50, whether it belongs to, it depends on the J version, or how it, what exactly is this?
Yeah, so see the 7.40, when we talk about the 7.40, or when we talk about the 7.50 or 7.51 or 7.52, so actually this is, you know, this is the basis version. This is also known as the NetWeaver version.
Yeah. Okay.
NetWeaver
Okay.
version. So actually, if you see that our computer is running on the operating system Windows. Similarly, someone is having the Linux operating system. Someone is having some Ubuntu, whatever, different operating system. But to run a system, we first require a operating system. On top of the operating system, we are going to install the GoToMeeting. We are going to install the Microsoft Office. We are going to install the different kind of software. Similarly, to install the SAP product, for example, product, FI product, SRM product, CRM product, whatever the different kind of product is there, SAP is having the different kind of product. So to install the different kind of product, we require a kind of SAP operating system. It is not operating system, SAP operating system, but you can compare like that. You know, I understand in that way. So
Okay.
that is known as the NetWeaver version. So they prepare an environment where you can install the module, SD module, PP module, FICO module. You can install on top of that NetWeaver. So it provides you a kind of operating system environment where you can install the another module. Okay, so this is the basic environment where this is the basic environment which must be there in order to install the SAP product. Okay, so this
Okay.
basic yeah, so this basic, you know, basic version is also known as the basis version. You know, basis
Okay.
release,
Okay.
this is also known as the basis release. So if you come over to the system
The
and click on
system
this
status.
status,
Sure. Okay. Okay.
yeah, and here you can see, click on this, and here you can this SAP basis. So this is the very important. On top of this, the another component, whatever this thousands of component is here. Now all this component has been installed on top of it. SAP underscore basis, this is the most important component. It a kind
Okay.
of
No,
operating system.
okay. Say
Yeah.
for example, if we have a basis version 7.52, and still if I'm using the J version 7.40,
Hmm.
can I able to write the syntax of 7.52? It won't, right? We can't, right?
That I don't know.
Okay.
Need
Okay.
to be
Okay.
checked, like whether it is supporting or not. uh,
Yeah.
uh But it is specific to this 7.5 to 7.40, so maybe you will be able to do, you can try
Oh,
once, because all the syntax is specific to NetWeaver version. So if NetWeaver version is there, the SAP editor is going to support this, so I think it
okay.
should be supported. Just you can
Yeah.
check once. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Thanks.
So
Thanks. Thanks.
no problem. So here, no, in NetWeaver 7.40, this syntax is there in 7.40. In 7.40, SP02 was the major release in terms of the syntax, and then SP08, 7.40 SP08 was so SP08 is nothing but it likes a version. So next version, so eighth version of 7.40, that in that also there are so many, so this default was introduced over there. So it was very difficult to use this read statement. Many times it used to come into the dump and all. And here, earlier, like when we are going to use the read statement, we used to get the size of RC value and all. Right here, you don't get the size of RC value. Okay, here you will not get the size of RC value. So that is one, that is like one thing here. If nothing is going to come, you can use this default. The default is very good thing actually, if nothing is there, so you can print like this. Okay, so this is the thing in terms of this. Now some more interesting thing we will see over here. Let's suppose we are having this IT underscore Mara already. Now I'm going to create one another program. It has been a big program, so I will create another program. Local object, going to change mode, and IT underscore Mara only I will keep. Other I'm just going to remove it. Okay, this also I don't require. Other thing, let me just delete. Okay, so now it's good. Check the syntax once, some error is there, fine, we will see. So ts underscore Mara is there. I'm just going to this ts underscore Mara over here, check it. Now it's fine. So it underscore Mara is having these many value. Now suppose your requirement is something like that, or let me do one thing. I will get the data from the Mara table directly. I will get the data from the Mara table directly. Okay, so select Martner mtart from Mara into table, and already IT underscore Mara is here declared. If you want to use this one, of course you'll have to use the host variable, right? So this is how you check the syntax now. And some problem is there, it is telling that I have to use the comma over here as a new syntax, right? So I'm getting something, let's suppose up to 10 rows. I'm just going to get. Now check the syntax, activate this. Now what I'm trying to do it over here, that the IT underscore Mara, some particular record, let's suppose the material number, let's say material number XYZ, some any material number, I want to modify the material type for that particular material. I want to modify the material type something like ABC, whatever, any other material type. Okay, so earlier what we used to do, the read table IT underscore Mara into WA underscore Mara with key and MATNR, that particular material we used to search first, right? So suppose I'm trying to search XYZ material. Okay, if that material got found, then we used to write psi sub rc equals to 0. If psi sub rc equal to 0, then end if, and then we used to do this W underscore Mara hyphen and mtart. I have to modify some new material type I have to So just I'm giving the new material type over here, and then I have to write this modify, right? Modify statement, then it underscore mara from this w underscore mara, and we used to give that particular index where we have to, so site tabix, right, in this case. So it will point out to that particular site tabix where this particular material is there, right? So that particular record I'm going to modify over here. So how it's working, let me show you. Check the syntax for w underscore mara. Let's define at runtime, means inline declaration I'm going to use over here. So at the rate is not required, control F2, and just activate this one, and I will put the breakpoint over here and just activate once more, press F8, and you can see this XYZ will not there, so that's why size of RC is setting for it underscore mara. I will copy from here some valid material. I'm going to copy this 204, and for this 204 I want to put letters one material type FERT, right, finished material. So I will put this material number, this is the valid material number, so that it will find it out. Okay, so okay, and here we are going to put the FERT, right? And now we are going to put the breakpoint, press F8, press F6. This time it was found, you can see the size of RC is 4. So, and in w underscore mara, that particular material got identified. Here mtart I'm going to modify with this FEIT. So press F6, and I'm going to write this modify statement. Now you can see that it has been FEIT, and in the main table also, it underscore mara for that particular material 204, it has been now FEIT, right? So the same thing I'm going to do with the help of new syntax. It's very easy over there. The it's before 7.40. Okay, so whenever I tell the old, means that is before 7.40. Okay, this is still valid, people is using frequently also, there is no problem in using this one. Okay, but we have to learn the new syntax also, because so many things with the help of new syntax we can do the. Okay, we will see whatever we are learning today, how tomorrow is going to be helpful in our select query. Okay, so in the new syntax, the same thing, what you can do that, first you have to search it underscore mara table with that particular material number which you are looking for, this particular material number. Once you identified the record, then give the hyphen, and which field you want to modify, you want to field mtart, give the field which you want to modify. So like that you can do. Okay, so what it will do, in this it underscore mara, it will search with this material number. When it find that particular material number, when it will find that particular row, for that particular row it will go over there on the mtart, and it will put the FEIT over there. I will show you in debugging. Breakpoint, activate it, activated, put the breakpoint over here, press F8, and currently it underscore mara, and you can see over here this particular material is having Y001, Y001. Okay, I'm just going to press F6 here itself, so that particular statement will run. Okay, so I'm pressing F6, and you can see now it has become FEIT, right? So once this statement got executed at that particular place at mtrt FEIT automatically, no need of doing this much coding, right? So this is how you can modify. Okay,
In case if the material is not there, will it go for a dump?
yeah, good question. So again, if that material is not there, it will certainly go for a dump. That is the problem. So suppose if I'm going to give the XYZ, and if that material is not there, it will go for dump. Press F6 and you can see it is going for dump. So before that, what you will have to do, you have to check first if that material is present there or not, right? If it is present, then only so we can use line exist. So if line underscore exists, we have seen in our this last class. So if this particular line exists and this it underscore mara, where that line should be exists in this it underscore mara. So maybe we can copy this completely and I'll paste it over here. Okay, so it underscore, so like that, if we're going to this, if that line is going to be exist, then only we are going to use it, else. So now because it will give the dump, so this is how we can use now. So if it is not going to be there, F6, and you can see because that is not there this line, so it is just coming out. Okay, or
So
what
Pankaj, I
we
have
can.
a question here. So
Mhm.
this particular statement, the ID underscore Mara, the material and the MTOT that you just wrote. So will it, if we have a table with multiple records of the same material,
Mm, mhm.
then will it change? Will all those lines be changed, or will it only
No, no,
change
no, first line only, first
only
line.
first line? Okay. Is
Yeah,
there
it
any
will
way to do it for the
read.
multiple records?
In read also, like it does in the same way it does with
Correct.
the read. It will get only one record, so it will get only
Mhm.
one record and it will put in a temporary work area, and there it will put the FEIT. So in backend actually it is going to work like this only.
Okay.
This one. In backend it will work something like that only. First it will
Mhm.
search with this, and if it is present over there, then it will put and it will modify. So something like that it will work. Okay.
Got it.
So
Thank you.
okay. So uh, item is Kumara, so material number I'm searching with XYZ, and if it is not present, then it is going to be, it's going to give you the dump. Okay, so we have seen uh, how we can handle it. Or another handling way we have also seen, like use of catch exception. So this line is not there, so CX, you can see this exception it is throwing, and if you want to capture this one, right, so this also you can capture. So there are many ways. Okay, so you have to put this one under the try block, right, and then you can put under the catch block and then end try, and that exception you can put it over here, this exception, because this if it is going to fail, it is throwing this exception. So I'm just catching this exception into some variable, into some variable. So at inline declaration I will use, and just so that whatever the exception it will throw, the same compatible type it will declare, and uh, now if you want to write that what it is, what is the problem, then that also, so here get text method we are having, this get long text, get text, based upon your requirement you can use full stop. So this also we can do, we can catch the exception in order to check the syntax, some error is there, and try, after end try we have to put this one, check, activate, and again press F8, and you can see the table does not contain a row with the specified values, right? So fine, now we will go ahead and we will see some another stuff, right? So suppose if some okay, that default value one we have already seen, right? So now we can go ahead and we can see some another stuff. So maybe we are also having the switch corresponding that we can go ahead and we can check how we can use the switch and corresponding. So let's go there and we will see how we can do that one. But before going there, maybe we can check some one or two important things like so suppose if you have to find out the index. Okay, so in last class Rahul was asking about how to find out the index. Okay, so here we are having the it underscore mara. In this it underscore mara, we have some this material number, right? You want to find out its index. So to find out the index, what we do, we simply write this read statement, right? And whatever the site tab x is there, that is our index, right? And if size of rc, if size of rc is 0, if size of rc is 0, then in that case this site tab x, so lv underscore index, I have to find out this index. So sci hyphen tab x. Okay, pretty printer, and here you can see that this index I'm storing into this lv underscore index. This index, whatever it is there, here I'm storing, and I'm just writing lv underscore index. Check this, activate this, and put the breakpoint, press F8. And this particular material number, if you see that it is here at this 8th number index, right? So if you press F6, the site tab x will become 8. You can see it has become 8, and you can see that lv underscore index is having now 8 because I'm storing this value over here. So this is how we find out earlier the index if we have to find out some value. Now with the new syntax, this has been now, you can find out directly the index. And here one more thing, just I missed over here, that when you have to find out the index, this work area and all is not required, right? Because just you are trying to find out the index. So transporting no fields you can write transporting, because you don't want to get any it underscore mara, you don't want to get that value in some work area. So you can tell to the system, don't transport any fields, I don't want any field, because you must have to give this one if you're not giving the work area, otherwise it will give you the syntax error. It will telling that into work area you determine, you write, or you write assigning, or you write references into, or you write the transporting no fields. So because I don't have to transport any fields, so just I'm writing transporting no fields, activate this one. So the same work we can achieve in the new syntax like this. We are having the reserve command, this line underscore index, and for this what you can do, put in a open bracket, and here which table you want to find out, it underscore mara you want to find out. So the same way here, how you are using line edges, in the same way we have to use over here also. I will show you. Copy this one, just paste it over here, and here just whatever material number you are searching, just keep that material number. That's it, that's it. And it will be searching, and here line index, you have to write the line index. So it will just give you the line index. So data lv underscore index equals, and check the syntax. Now there is no problem. I'll put the breakpoint, activate, press F8, press F6, and you can see for this lv underscore index you are having 8, right? So here all these things we can do in a single line over here. We can find out the index. So this is one important thing. And now suppose if you have but let me show you the switch and corresponding how it's going to work. Okay, how to work with the corresponding, how to with the uh, switch operator. Okay, so this we will see how it's going to work. Mm, come over here, and my requirement is something like that suppose you have to write something like the case statement. So whenever you are having some maybe like the select is now not required, let's have a simple example over here. And what we used to do earlier, like in a case statement, lv underscore let's say some value, maybe num. Okay, so here we used to write end case, and when we are having a 1, then we were writing write 1. Okay, similarly when we are having the when 2, then we are going to write 2. Okay, so like that we are going to write, and when others, right, we are going to write others like this. Petty printer, check the syntax, and lv underscore name num, it is telling not the correct one, so I will put it pv underscore num, and I will declare this as a parameters pv underscore num. Okay, check this, activate it, and just run it. So if we're going to give the 1 over here, it will print 1, right? And if we're going to give the 2, it will print 2, right? This is how the case statement works. So whenever it will find that I'm giving the 1, it will print 1, and this is 2, then it is going to print 2. The same thing there, we are having the switch operator. So with the help of switch operator also we can achieve the same thing. Okay, so maybe I can write it under the old, come over here, and then let's write the switch. So data, uh, what value we are going to print, this 1 2, so it will be uh, let me, I will give the output lv underscore output. Okay, and here equals, now you will have to give the switch over here, and this lv underscore output, you have to tell what type it is actually, what type actually it is. So it can be character, or it can be a string, whatever. So just I'm going to a string, give a string over here. So now this is of type a string. Okay, so whatever you will give, the same type it will take over here. Okay, and now uh here you can give that particular value. Here pv underscore num is there, right? So in case whatever value is there, that you can give pv underscore num, and then you can write the when 1 equal to, then you can write 1, when 2 equal to, then you can write the 2. Okay, and when 3, then you can write 3. So like that you can keep on writing, okay, based upon your requirement. Full stop. And here the lv underscore out, you can see that it will store this value, whatever pv underscore num you will supply, and that you can write over here, write lv underscore out, full stop. Pretty printer, check the syntax, save it, and activate it. Okay, press F8, and I'm just going to give 1 over here. Press F8 now, and press F6, and here you can see that LV underscore out is 1 because 1 I have given, right? So because 1 we have given, similarly if you are going to give 3, it will show you the 3. So it is working in the same way, right? It was working, but this is the expression based coding switch operator. What is the benefit of this? The benefit of this means under directly you can write this statement, you can write directly under this write. Okay, you can put this one, control V. Okay, you can do this. So check this, let us see, there is no error, right? Activate it, and press F8, give the 2 and press, you can see the 2 it is printing, right? You can give the 3 and you can see the 3 it is printing, right? So directly means you under the write you can use all these things. You can't do the same thing over here. Under the write you cannot give this case and all these things, you will have to do like this. So that's why nowadays SAP is moving towards the expression based coding. So you can use, it will represent a value. Okay, it will represent a value and that value is going to be printed by this write. Okay, so you know, I think we cannot put in a bracket, directly we can use like this. Okay, so have we seen the corresponding operator? Do you remember? Not able to remember. Corresponding, have we already seen or do we have to still see corresponding? Any
No,
one
we
of
have
you
not
remember?
seen. No, we have
Corresponding we
not
have
seen.
not.
Yeah.
Okay, so corresponding, let's check that corresponding one. So suppose I have some data. Okay, I don't have any data as of now, so I will prepare this data over here. I will just uncomment it. So in IT underscore Mara, I'm having some data, and the same data I want to, let's suppose I have one more internal table types begin of ts underscore, let's me Mara other. Okay, and here end of ts end of ts underscore Mara underscore other. So here we are having the Matner type. So I'm having both these two fields. Both these two fields I'm having. And apart from this, also I'm having one another field. Let's suppose Vox plant field I'm having. Type Vox underscore D. Petty printer. And now my requirement is whatever I'm getting the data into this IT underscore Mara. Okay, I want to move those data into this another internal table called it underscore other type table of ts underscore Mara underscore other. So those data I want to move into this it underscore other. So one way is directly, earlier what we used to do, that it underscore other equal to simply this value we will give, it is going to work over here, because whatever the matching field, this material number data will come in, this material number data will come into this material number, this mtar data will come into this mtar. Okay, this is how this equal to sign going to work. But suppose if this material number and material number, this is fine. Okay, but this material number, suppose it is here at last. Okay, it is not in sequence. If it is in sequence, then this equal to will work without any problem, there is no problem. But if this material number here at first position, here at last position, here the mtart at second position, here mtart at the first position, so this will not work. It will either give you the dump or it will give you the furious result, because this material will try to copy in this mtart, this mtart will try to copy in this works. Okay, so it will try to put in the sequence actually. Okay, so in this case it will not work. If it is in sequence, then it's fine, it will work. So in old way we are having the move corresponding syntax. So move corresponding it underscore mara, this particular value. Okay, it underscore mara to it underscore other. So what this syntax will do, that this material will try to find it out where it is, and then it will put it at this position. Okay, corresponding, it will try to find out the corresponding value mtart mtart. So this will work, this will not work. So the same way, for this we are having the new syntax. You can write like this: it underscore other equals, you can use the corresponding, you will have to give the hash over here. And hash, why we are giving hash because this it underscore other is already declared. So here the type will be determined based upon this it underscore other. So type of this it underscore other, we already know this ts underscore mara. So accordingly the table type will be coming and sitting implicitly over here, and that's how the type is going to be determined. If you don't want to you know if you don't want to determine type like this, what you can do, that here also you can determine the type as we have been doing for the value operator and all, right? So you can put the table type over here. Okay, types tt underscore other type table of ts underscore mara underscore other with empty key, fully specified. The declaration should be fully specified. Fully specified means you have to add with empty key or with default key, right? So tt underscore other, once you have defined this one, then it underscore other you don't have to define, you know separately. So here you don't have to define. Now you can give this particular tt underscore other directly over here. So now this will be automatically declared. Okay, so this is also you can do. So move corresponding, so corresponding tt underscore other, and which field, this it underscore mara I want to put it. So just put this one, that's it, this much only will have to do. Okay, so it will solve the purpose of this. Okay, give the full stuff and check the syntax and put the breakpoint over here. This parameter is now no more required. I will write a breakpoint, activate once again, press F8, and it underscore mara, you can see the 10 records we are having at of now, m material number mtart, right? And if you see F6 it underscore other is having again the 10. So the mtart is coming into this and material number, so properly the data is moving into the proper field. Okay, so the corresponding will have to give. If we're not going to give the corresponding, if we're going to use this it underscore other, the data will be hodgepodged because the field is not in the sequence. Okay, maybe I will show you quickly this one also. Okay, because it underscore other is not defined, it is giving me the error over here, no issue. So this is how it's going to be worked. So here also you can remove this one, this hash, you can put this hash, and then this data will not be required. Okay, but this it underscore other you will have to define it first, then only you will be able to use. So now you can use it. Okay, so here just I'm going to comment this one and activate this, and I will show you this one how it's going to work. So it underscore mara, you can see 10 and press F6, and in it underscore other now you will see that see the data is not proper. mtart is having like this mm01. Actually mtart is trying to get the value of material number, right? And here the material number, you can see it is not proper, data is not coming properly. Okay, so this is the problem we will face. So you'll have to use the move corresponding. This you are going to use in the old way, this is the new way. Fine. Now suppose here you are having the material number, that's fine. Okay, here you are having the mtart, that's fine. But if it is going to be different, name is going to be different. Here suppose you are having the let me tell you, it is having the matter 1. Okay, and uh, here you are having the mtart 2. The name is something like this, the different name, right? Here it is a different name, here it is different name. Then move corresponding will also not work, right? Because it is a different name. So if it will try to search matnr1 over here, it will not find out. But we know that this matnr1 is equal to the same matnr, but only the name is different. Okay, this mtart2 is same as this mtart, but the name is only different. So what you can do, earlier we used to put the loop. Okay, loop at this internal table it underscore mara into a work area, and from that work area we used to populate the data into this it underscore other. You already know all these things. If you have any doubt, please let me know, I will show you in detail. But here I believe that you know already, so I'm just going ahead. And here what you can do in the new syntax, you can write the mapping. Okay, and you can map the field. You are telling to the system that please send the data of this matner 1 to this matner, because both is same, right? And then you are telling to the system, please send the mtar2 data into mtar2 data into this mtart. Okay, into this mtart. So here I'm doing one mistake. Actually this matnr, because from here you are moving data here, right? So this matnr field should be at left side, right? It should be at left side, because I'm mapping like this. I'm telling the system that put the data of material number 1 to matnr. Okay, so here whatever the field you are going to keep, it is of the field of this it underscore other. Okay, and here mtart, and this should be mtart 2. Now it's fine. Check the syntax now, it will not give you any error, and then this will work. So you'll have to use the mapping. Okay, you will have to use the mapping. Press F6 and it underscore other, and you can see now the data is coming properly. Okay, if you don't do the map, system will not, this, if you are not going to use this mapping, will not get the correct result in this scenario, because the field is going to be different. Okay, check this, some error is there. Full stop, activate, press F8, press, and it underscore other, you can see the 0 record, nothing got moved, nothing, because it didn't find any such kind of field. That's why it ignored. So this is how we'll have to do. Now let's move ahead and we'll see some more interesting concept. Okay, we will see some more interesting concept, and that concept corresponding we have seen. We are also having a base operator. Okay, we are also having a base operator. This is generally we use to append the value. I will show you this one also. Okay, I will show you. There is one more thing. I would like to show you over here, that there is a late expression. We are having one late expression. So what it is the meaning of late expressions? If you remember, when we used to solve the mathematics, we used to write late x equal to 10, and then we used to write something like, we used to do uh, uh, means x equal to something 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 something. In mathematics we used to do so something, it is a late. Okay, so you are just assuming something and you are going to use that particular variable in your data. Okay, in your data. So this late expression can be used over here also. Okay, so you can see the switch, under the switch where we have written the switch. Yeah, here we have written the switch statement. Here what you can do, you can put this let x equal to 10. Okay, and it's giving the error, switch string let. Let me check the syntax. Press F1 and we will check how we can use the let. So let expression is there, then operand we have to use, then when, and all these things. Fine. So let expression we are using. I'm just trying to check it how we can use it over here. Data conversion string conversion function also, it is there, very important function. We will see this one, lt and let in. Yeah, okay, so I'll have to use in over here. Okay, so switch let x equals to 10 in, will have to give. So I was missing this in actually. So now printer check it, and what you can use, pv underscore num is unknown. Okay, parameters. Now it will not give you any error. So how you can use this x? Suppose this variable you can use as a variable, you can use inside. So if you are going to require to use some variable, this is very actually very useful. This variable is going to be very useful. Okay, suppose internally if you want to manipulate some variable, okay, then you can use this one. So its scope is inside this, inside this bracket, inside this string. This scope will be there. Okay, so what you are trying to do, that when 3 is there, if I'm going to supply the 3 from outside, then display this x over here. So this is just a simple example, it's not very meaningful example, you know, but this is how we can use. Okay, or suppose whatever variable you are going to get it over here, add it over there, then x plus, you know, x plus 10. So this is how you can use, because it's a variable. Whatever the data you are going to get it from, you know, whatever you are going to print it over here, if that you are going to get, then you can add it 10 into that and you just print it over there. See, it all depends on requirement, or you can directly use this, then x over here. So if when it's 3, then print the x, and this value, whatever the value you are going to keep it over here, that you can print it over here. Okay, so come now, and if you want, you can print it. All right, lv underscore out, pretty printer, press F8. I'm going to give directly 3, and you can see for this 3, what it will do, when it will find out that it is the 3, then it will try to print this x. And what is x? X is nothing but this 3 over here, right? I have assumed this x is 3, like in mathematics. F6, and you can see the lv out will be 3, right? And if you print, it will be 3. So this is how you can use a late expression. This is very dynamically used. Actually, this late expression you can use dynamically. Okay, there is a website called G-Evolving of Naimesh Patel. Over there you can see many different kind of example for this late expression. Okay, and there you can, but this is basically how it is being used. Okay. That's website name is gvolving.com. I will just share in the group, and there you can go and check how it's a different example has been used over there.
Also, mostly
Fine.
he shared many concepts about OOPS, right? Yeah, Z evolving.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Many concept on the
OOPS.
oops related
Oh,
concept is
yeah,
also very nicely explained over there. Okay.
yeah.
So fine, and now what we can do that late we have seen, switch we have seen, conversion. Let's see the conversion. So conversion means, if we talk about the conversion, why this conversion is going to be so important for us. Okay, let's have one function module over here. I'm just going to create one quick function module, z sum fm. Okay, and I think it's already there, some fm is there, display, and here some already it is created. So here we can see that it is of char 5 char 5. This fm is adding the two numbers. Okay, this fm is going to add the two numbers, so 250 and 350 we are supplying by default, and it's going to give the 600 the value. Now if you want to call this fm from your program, if you want to call, so conversion we are going to see. Now let me copy one more program, click on this copy local object, go into change mode, and I'm going to remove all these things now. Okay, so here I have to call that particular function module. Okay, so if we're going to call this particular function module, your data type should be compatible. Here I want to pass some number one type. So what I'll have to do here, suppose I'm going to give the type data. So this is my number one, and this is the parameters in fact. Okay, and here also I'm having the parameters p underscore num2 type I. Here you can see that this particular uh, uh, let me tell you, I'm going to take this string as of now, then I will check with the integer. Okay, so here if we're going to give this p underscore num1, pass this p underscore num1 and p underscore num2. Okay, so here the lv underscore sum, this should be also compatible. So p underscore lv underscore sum type I, let's suppose. Okay, and then write lv underscore sum. Petty printers, check the syntax and some. Okay, we'll have to give the program statement or report statement. Okay, j test, check, activate, and now you can put the breakpoint over here, press F8, and string I'm just going to give the value 8 9. Okay, run this, and you can see here if I run it will give in a dump. It will tell that type conflict during a function module. Okay, type conflict, it's conflicting the type. Why? Because here it is having the char 5 and there it is a string. Okay, so generally what we used to do that before calling it, we used to do the typecasting. Okay, we used to do the typecasting. So data, I will declare another variable lv underscore num1 type, and it is of char 5 over there. If you go and check in this function, we will char 5, and in export also it is a char 5. Okay, so char 5, control D, char 5, this is the num2, and then we are having the lv underscore sum, it is also of char 5, and this lv underscore num1 we are going to assign with this p underscore num1. So now this string is going to be converted into this lv underscore num1, control D, and this is 2 now, and this is also going to become 2. And at this point of time now, lv underscore sum here, lv underscore sum I, instead of sum I, will have to give over here, or maybe here for this particular, for this importing one, I think it will not create any problem. Let me check. Activate it and press F8, give some value 8, 10, whatever, press F8, and here now press F6 again. It is giving the dump because that one also we have to you will see that here you can see that it will give you what is, you can see I am num1 and p underscore num1 is specified here as a different field type, however. Okay, so this is the problem. Let's go once again, or if you want to check in debugger, this also you can check in debugging. Okay, p underscore num1. Okay, we actually missed to give this lv underscore num1, we are supposed to pass over here. Okay, so that what I have done the mistake. So give this lv underscore num1 now. I'm typecasting and then I'm passing it over here. Check it now, activate, and let us try to see if this time it is working fine. Press F6, and this time also it is giving the dump. So here what is the problem, because the importing one we have not corrected. So here if you see this ex underscore sum, there also it need to be corrected. So importing and exporting everywhere the type should be compatible. So lv underscore sum, it should be of char 5. This should be also of a char 5. So remove this, or what you can do that if you want to keep it a parameter here, make it as a char 5. Okay, now it will work smoothly and it will give us the output also. Okay, activate it, activate, press F8 and give some value over here, run it, and you can see that 8 plus 9 is 17. It is not giving any dump at this point of time, right? It was, the data is not coming over here because it is that at if you are going to put that at line selection screen output, sorry, uh, at selection screen output, okay, then it will give you the data. Okay, lv underscore sum, lv underscore sum, and this lv underscore sum, yeah, at that time now it will give you the output over there. Press F8, 8 and give 9, press F8, press F8. Okay, 17 now also it is not coming. No problem, we will just use the write statement over here and we will get, because it's not working at this point of time, and run it. 8, 9, press F8, remove this. Okay, now it will show us the output. The 17 it is coming, it is not giving the dump over here. Now what actually I'm trying to do over here, that instead of this declaring all these things and all these things, directly what I want to do over here, I'm going to use the conversion operator. Okay, I'm going to use the conversion operator. So I'm just using this conversion, and for this conversion we can directly use the hash over here, and then this p underscore num1 we can pass it over here. So give some space, and here also you can pass it control v num2. Okay, and here also, you know, here also here I think it does not support. Let me check. In the importing parameter conversion, p underscore num3 lv underscore sum, it does not support at this particular point. At importing level you can see it is giving the red. So but at least at exporting position it is supporting. Okay, now check the syntax, and some problem is there. What it is telling, no type can be derived from the context for the operator conversion. Okay, so what the system is telling, that this has dynamically type, it is not able to determine the type for this particular p underscore num1 for this particular, the exporting one. So it is not able to assign dynamically. So explicitly what you can do, that that it is a char 5, right? So I'm just going to use it as a char 5, and now let us check. You can see it is not giving any error now. Activate this one, and now if you run it, press F8, give him some value, give, and let me do one thing. This type casting I'm going to remove now. All these things is not required now. So this is the old way how we were handling, and the new way it's so easy, right? Press F8, give some value 8 and 9, press F8, and if you run it, you can see there is no dump, and in lv underscore sum it will give you the 17. The result is also coming 17, and we are getting the output. So that's how the conversion operator is going to be very powerful. Similarly, we can take one example of class. In class also such kind of error while calling the method, the type should be exactly same. Type should be exactly same. So suppose if you are having, suppose here there it's a char 6, char 5, and here if you're going to give the char 6, and exporting parameter char 6 and char 6 you are going, then also it will not accept. Then also it will not accept. It will exactly require the char 5. The function module will exactly require the char 5 because it's a char 5. Okay, so this is where it comes very handy, right? If you have to convert, if you have to do the typecasting. Okay, so even as a small difference also, it's not going to work it. Okay, so that's why I'm trying to tell it over here. And uh, in class also you can take the any example of class, and there if you will try to do, you will not be able to do. So there also the type should be the same, and in the same way you'll have to do it over there. In the same way you'll have to do it over there, and then it's going to work. Okay, so this is applicable for class also, and it's a very good. Actually, it's really very good. It's very handy. Now we will see one very interesting, you know uh, that if someone of you is from the C or C++ background, okay, or Java or something like that, so we are having, the for loop over there, for I equal to some initialization we used to do over there. Then we are going to check the condition, right? And then we are going to, keep on uh, keep on increasing this value for this for loop, right? There in the C or C++, something like that, and then here it will be semicolon over there. Okay, so here also, from 7.40 onwards, we are having the for loop like that. Okay, we are also having the for loop like that. So if you want to use some for loop, you can use this for a statement over here. Okay, and then you can use the first you have to initialize the variable. So whatever you are going to do here, it's going to lv underscore init, and maybe you want to initialize with lv underscore init. Okay, and then you will have to write the next. So here lv underscore init is equal to the next will be lv underscore init plus 10. Okay, and until and while you can write until lv underscore init. Suppose you will have to print this one till 50, let's suppose. Okay, and now if you want to use this one, so this for we have written, and here if you want to print now, write lv underscore init. You can print now. Pretty printer, check the syntax, some error is there. What it is telling for, okay, actually this should be together, lv underscore init next. Also it's giving, check the syntax now. The syntax for method is object reference, that's fine. Let me check its syntax, I'm not able to recollect. So for loop, press F1. So the for expression, that's fine. I'm looking for the for loop. For ranges low, high, node. Which one is? We will also see this maze path. Okay, this is also, a little complex theory, but sometimes it can be used. For expression, let me check if it is. Yeah, this one. So you can see the new is there. Let me see some example over here. This view. That value is fine. I'm trying to look into this example actually. Line of value, initial, internal table, base for expression.
I think next should not come.
Sorry?
I think next should not come. Next.
Yeah, I think next should not come. I think it should be then, right? It should be then. Okay, let me do one thing. We'll have to try, let's suppose, like, uh, actually I'm doing the wrong thing. Directly we cannot use like this, because this is the this is a kind of iterative operator, right? So we must have to put something at left hand side, right? So lv, let's lt underscore I tab, and then equals, because we have not given the operand directly, I was using the operator over there, and here a value we can use, and after this a value, some hash or some type we can use. Okay, So types begin of ts underscore mara matnr type or any another value. We can store two value, one, two, something like that, or simply 1, 2. So begin of, or what I can do that, let me data it underscore tab type table of I will give directly integer value. I'm just going to store with the help of that for operator. So it underscore tab, I will put it over here, control V, and then here now we can use the hash. Now there is no problem, we can use the hash. So here it will derive the type from this it underscore tab. Okay, now we can use the for. Let's suppose some local variable, we can use j equal to 0, we can start, and then j plus 10 or something like that. Okay, and until or while we can use until j is greater than, so it has to be printed until j is going to be greater than something like 50. Okay, and after that what the value we have to put it over here, that we can put directly. So in a bracket we can directly give this j. Okay, and full stop. But why this error it is coming, I don't know. Check this. Some class method, the syntax of your method is object reference. Okay, some problem is there. Type table of I, that is okay. Types begin of ts underscore num, and here we can get some value type I, and then end of ts underscore num, and data type table of ts underscore num, and it should be fully specified with the empty key or with the default key. So now we have given like this, but still some problem is there. I don't know why this is coming. Data, okay, so that space should not be there, that's why that problem was, that space it should not be there. Check the syntax now. Now no type can be derived, it is telling there cannot be derived some type from this it underscore tab. So what I can do that, I can declare actually like this, because here the system is unable to derive the type. tt underscore tab type table of, so first we'll declare a table type. Okay, ts underscore num with empty key or default key, and here if you are going to actually I have used this data, that was also fine, there was no problem in this also. Here this data is not required actually, right? Because already this item underscore type I have declared over here. Now check the syntax, and now it is telling that j cannot be converted. Okay, so here we are having the value, so this value I'm going to put it with this j. Okay, now check the syntax, there is no problem. And how it's going to work, that j equal to 0, in first iteration it will be j equal to 0, so 0 will be there in it underscore tab. Okay, put the breakpoint. In the second iteration it will be 10. Okay, because j plus 10. In the third iteration it will be 20. In the fourth iteration it will be 30. and each time when the data is going to be changed, each time it is going to check whether this j is greater than 50 or not. Okay, so as soon as if let us suppose, maybe I will show you in debugging over here that from 0, 10, 20, 30 and 40 till 40 it will come, right? 50 will also come because 50 is greater than 50, right? 60 is greater than 50. So because until I am using over here, right, until I am using over here, so until this statement is going to be true, it has to keep on running. Okay, so till 50 it will print, because once it will go to the 60, this statement will not true and it will not print. Okay, so activate this one, press F8, and you can see that in IT underscore tab you have till 50, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So the flow is like this. Okay, first it will come to 0, right, and then it will put this j into this IT underscore tab first time, right? First it will come to this 0, and then actually it will check this condition is true or not. Okay, if this condition is true, then it will put the value and it will come. The second time it will come over here, then 0 plus 10 it will be 20. 20, when it will come to the 20, now it will not come at this point of time. Here it will not come now. Okay, it will never come after the first time. It will not come over here. Now it will come over here and here, only here and here. So in the second time it will be 20. 20 is greater than 50. Yes, 20 is greater than 50. Sorry, 20 is not greater than 50, so this condition is true, right? So value j20 will come over here. Similarly 30, 30 is less than 50, so this condition is not going to be true. When this condition is going to be true, it will come out from the loop. Okay, that's the meaning of until. Okay, so 40, 50, as soon as it will become the 60, 60 is greater than 50, that means come out from the loop, don't print it. Okay, that's the meaning. So with the help of this statement, you can do, with the help at place of until, you can use a while also. Okay, so while is just opposite of until. Okay, while is just opposite of until. So for j equal to 0, then j plus 10, and while uh, uh, by the time this condition is going to be true, it will keep on printing. When it is going to be false, it is going to be come out. Earlier also, when until that, by the time the condition used to be true, it was printing, and when it was coming to the false, it has come out the same. It is, but just it is opposite way of working. Semantically it's the opposite. So while j is here, if you want to print the same thing, you will have to put j less than 50. So until and unless j when j is going to be equal to 50 or greater than 50, it will come out from the loop. Okay, so press F8 and item underscore tab, you can see that 0, 10, 20 and 30 and 40 only is there. Why? Because when 50 came over here, 50 is not less than 50, it is 50 is equal to 50, so condition got filled and it didn't print. If we're going to keep equal to sign over here, then that will work. Okay, so you can see, so this is how the for operator, the newly assigned operator is so useful. Okay, so useful. What I will do, that there is one very important, there are two more important things we'll discuss for with group size and index. Size and index, very important. And another I have not used frequently, but sometimes may be required. In fact, I have once or twice I have used this mesh, but very rarely used. But this concept is now getting popularity, so maybe it will be useful. It all depends like how the people is doing the code. I have never required to do that much lot coding, but this mesh, if someone is going to do a lot frequent coding, maybe for them it will be very beneficial. So these two things we will discuss now. Okay, so let's just start with the for with group. What is this for with group? So you already know about the control break statement. Control break statement. Okay, so in control break statement we are having at new, right? We are having at first, at last. So one statement is over there in the control break statement. This is the at new, right? Many times we have used in our development at new. So here, if you see this at new, this this for is not actually for, this is loop with group. Okay, let's prepare some data for the loop and then we will see how we are going to use it. Okay, so quickly we'll prepare some data. So value type 1, and here I will keep some, you know, maybe I will keep some type char 10 name. So this I will keep the first name, and here I will keep the lname, last name, type char 10, and this is the student ID, student underscore ID. So I'm having table. I'm going to prepare one table where we will be having the student ID, you know, student name, or a student last name. So here, instead of a student ID, I'm just going to take a student mobile number, okay, or a student age, okay, type I, something like that. And let's declare this table now. So ts underscore something, I'm going to give now the student, and here also I will give the student types. tt underscore tab, this is not required, directly we can use this one. it underscore tab, okay. Let's prepare the data quickly and then we'll see how we can use it. So it underscore tab, type ts underscore student, and value, sorry, it underscore tab equals value, and hash we can use over here because already it underscore tab is defined, right? And bracket. Now student age is to underscore age equals, let's suppose 10. Just I'm preparing some dummy data. If underscore name, let's suppose Ram, and then L underscore name, I'm supposing Sharma or something like that. Okay, and here you must have to put in a bracket because it's a row, it's a row of internal table, so you must have to put in a bracket. Now what I will do that I will have to prepare the data now. So now it's very easy to prepare the data. Control D, control D, control D, control D. So some record, some 10 records I will prepare. So 1, 2, now again the 10, 11, 12. So something like that. The age is there, 12, 14, 15, again 10, and again 20, 12, or let's suppose 13. Okay. So ram ram 1, ram 2, ram 2, ram 3, ram 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So like that I have prepared some data. Okay, the title can be same, no problem. Okay, so now actually what I'm trying to do it over here, suppose you have a requirement where that you want to put the data in a group. Okay, you want to uh, when you come into the actual development, there many times you will require that you are having this internal table and you want to segregate this data into a group based upon the age, let's suppose. So here you can see the 10 here, 10 here, and 10 here is there. That means ram 8, ram 3, and the ram is having the age same age. So you want to put all this data together and you want to print it. Okay, you want to print it. So that's where the loop at, so loop at it underscore tab into work area. So you can use the data statement over here, work area, and a group by you can, what you can do that here, this is the student age, right? So here you can use the student age equals, and then wa hyphen s2 underscore h. Okay, so you can do like this. Okay, group by, you can use group by student equal to age equal to this, and here you can use the end loop, and here you can print this one, wa hyphen s2 underscore age, then wa hyphen f underscore name, then wa hyphen l underscore name. So if you want to do the grouping, that you can do, but here at this point of time how it will work, it will behave like, so the first scenario we are going to see that it's the same impact as the at new. Okay, so what at new does, at new does that whenever it will find out, it will first uh, it will, whenever we are going to use the at new, first we'll have to sort the table, right? First we'll have to sort the table. Once you are going to do the sorting, once you are going to do the sorting, automatically system will get the, the first 10, and when it will come the new 11, means whenever the new, if you are going to give at new student age, it will consider only the new student age, right? New student age. So in a group, suppose this 10 and this 10 at one place is there. So first, once the ram is considered, it will go to the 11. So it will not consider ram 3 and ram 8 because everything will be add together, right? So you know already the add new concept. If you don't know, let me know, I will explain it. Okay, or if you know, you understand how it's going to behave, first we'll sort it, and each new student is, if it is going to print, it will print. Okay, similarly here you don't have to do the sorting, automatically system will sort, and wherever the new, so here you can see, here if we're going to sort the data, I will show you in, sort it underscore tab. Okay, then it will be better visibility. Press F8 and press F8, press F6. So now this is the data, student age. Okay, it is not sorted properly, so this is the integer, this is fine. Here you have to give sort by s2 underscore age. I want to sort by this. Okay, activate, press F8, press F6, IT underscore tab. Now it is sorted. You can see that the when I'm going to give at a student age, so first it will consider this 10, then it will ignore this 2 and 3, then it will come to this 11, then again ignore this fifth one, because it will trigger only when the new student age will come. Then again it will trigger 12, then again it will ignore this 12 and 12, again it will come to this 30. Now this is also going to do the same thing. If you see that, the first, it printed the first record, now it will come to this 11 directly. Okay, so you can see the 10 it has printed, the first name Ram, right, last name is Sharma. In the second run, what it will print, can you tell me? In second run what it will print? It will print 11, right? 11 Ram 1. Okay, so if you press F6, you will see that it is printing 11. Now the second 10 is not printing Ram 1, right? And again, tell me what it will print now. It will print this 11 or this 12. It will print. Hello.
Yeah.
Are you getting the concept, Muthu?
Yeah, Pankaj. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you are getting it, can you please tell me over here, like, you know, after this, which will be printed? 11 it has printed already. Now it will print
Then 12.
11. It will print 11, this 11, or it will print this 12.
It will print 12, line 6.
Yeah, it will print line 6 because it is first grouping and then printing, right? And it will print
Yeah.
only the first record. It will print the first record of the group, so it will be have like a at new. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell. Good, thank you. And here you can see the 13, so only once it will print, and you can see that only 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15, only one, there is no duplicacy. Okay, so with this we'll stop here, and tomorrow we will see how we can access the individual record of a group. Okay, how we can access the individual record of a group, you can see. So now it's going to be in a different group, right? It is having your data is there in a different group. IT underscore tab, you can see here, this is one group, right? The this is another group, this 1111 is another group. Okay, this 13 is another group, 14 is another group, 15 is another group. In 13 only one record is there, 14 only one record is there. But suppose if you want to access the data of this group 1 2 3, 10 10 10, Ram Ram 3 Ram 8, all these three records. In this 11 all these two records, in 12 all these three records, how you can access? So that we will see tomorrow how we can access. Okay, so uh and tomorrow also you'll
Sure.
see, some another important stuff like mesh also you'll see. And then we'll again come to the new OpenSQL, and we'll see how we are going to use this, expression over there, and now how the big coding is going to be there in the small coding. Okay, and then we will go to the, so why we are learning all these things, because we are in ABAP on HANA, that new OpenSQL is one famous way, most popular way. New OpenSQL is the most famous way now also to do the code push down. Maximum code we have to push at the database layer. So in the new OpenSQL, there are so many enhanced functionalities there. That's why we are learning this concept. Okay, so all the syntax and all, it's going to be very useful in our day-to-day work. Okay, so let's
Funny
stop over here.
question.
Yeah, yes.
When you learned all these things, Pankaj,
Sorry, I didn't get you. Uh, When?
No, one funny question. When you learned all these new syntaxes 1.40, 7.50, and ABAP and HANA long back in project, or how
No,
it
no,
is?
no, no, not long back, like maybe 1.5 year back or 2 years back, hardly. So
Okay, okay, nice.
yeah, so yeah, they there I have learned, and some, I mean, I'm not there in the development project. I'm here in the support project. So mostly I don't require all these things in the, but I have seen like many developer, because in support project we mostly have to do the debugging, right? In
Yeah, yeah,
support.
yeah. True, true, true.
So yeah, so mostly development is very less, but sometimes if we get the development, we try to do like this. But I have seen that many people nowadays using such kind of syntax while debugging. Accenture people, or like in the new development project, they are going to use the new syntax only. So you know, it becomes very important to know and understand such syntax. So mostly I have
Okay,
learned
nice.
myself, yeah, mostly I have learned myself, because less work is there in the project. That Naimesh Patel blog, and then on internet there are a lot of stuff is there. So from there mostly I have learned.
Okay, okay. Nice to know. Thank you.
Thank you. And from where you were, Muthu, actually from which place?
I am from actually Tamil Nadu, down